Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome back to AniYayAniNay. As always, you know me. I'm your host, John.
And I'm Joey.
All right, who's ready for another exciting podcast? Because we're really excited about this one. I'm pretty sure you guys are going to love this one, too, especially you One Piece fans.
For real, because this is the One Piece. One Piece. Yeah, One Piece.
All right, well then, let's get started here. All right, you guys. Well, welcome back. As we say, welcome back to AniYayAniNay. As always, you know me and you know Joe. But before we actually get started, usually we give you guys the hype and everything about thanking for supporting us. But Joey actually has a big shout out to a certain somebody.
I just want to thank this kid. He came in. He watches the show. I really don't know his name. I should have asked him, but he watches the cast, and listens to us and all. And he came into my store and off rip he heard my voice and knew who I was. And I just want to make him understand that I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate him showing the love to us and all that basically.
Why don't you tell him the story, Joe? Just go ahead and just give him a big back.
Okay, so basically what happened was I was sitting there at the register. I work at a gas station, so I was sitting there at the register talking with a customer or whatever, and this kid and his mom walked in and was shopping around the store, and they came up, got in line, and I wasn't paying no attention at first, okay? But whenever I went back and watched the camera, I saw him point at me and all. But he came up, whenever they got in line, he kind of like, looked at his mom and was like, "That's the guy off of AniYayAniNay." Even though he said AniYayAniNay, once they came up to the register, his mom was like, "Are you from AniYay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I am. It's AniYay, but it's okay." And it actually made I saw the smile on the kid, and he was really, really happy about it. So I just wanted to give him a big shout out, basically.
Joey's got big fans out there. I've told certain people about our show as well, but none of them have given me that kind of love. I think Joey gets more of the love than I do. Maybe it's because you're like this podcast version of Tommy Chong or Cheech.
Maybe, just maybe, just maybe. I'm just playing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is our usual podcast. This isn't our Studio Ghibli, so we can go off.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
All the stuff we talk about. I mean, usually with that big shout out, we like to give a big shout out as well and support to all our other fans who come to us. I mean, I feel like we're gonna reach our goal, but part of me feels like we might not. But we're still shooting for 5K.
It's okay, John. I'll keep it for you. Okay, I'll keep the pride. Okay.
I know you'll keep the pride. Hell, if we had merchandise, Joe, you'd probably wear that shit every day.
Why do you think I wear my anime hat and my anime name tag or my anime lanyard and my Tokyo Ghoul jacket now and
name tag? I didn't know they had anime name tags. Though I did one time see a post on Facebook that they drew out like an anime fight scene on a Starbucks cup. It covered up the whole cup. I was like,
up.
They should print these.
That's what's up.
They should print these. But listen to us just going on and off about our lives here. But let's get right into this right now. Today we are actually doing our review on One Piece Red, the new film, of course.
What? Red?
Yep.
What? Who does that bring in?
I don't know, but signifying red, this is our main reason for going and wanting to see it because it's about red hair Shanks. Of course, we've mentioned this before, but although Shanks has not had like a major role, we just see him here and there. But whenever he does show up, he makes an impact.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he
makes a big impact.
I mean, this guy, whoever hasn't seen One Piece or has watched it, I believe that you all can agree with me that Shanks is the shit.
For real.
Even Hawkeye has respect for him. I mean, he wanted Shanks and is like the only one to technically go toe to toe with Hawkeye, and we've seen how powerful Hawkeye is. I mean, I'm pretty sure Joey was pissed after what he did to Zoro, though, the way he humiliated him with a knife, with that pocket knife.
No, you see, there's a difference, okay? He didn't humiliate Zoro, all right? Everybody might look at it like that, but he was testing Zoro to see if he would become strong enough. So there's a difference.
I know. I mean, he was testing him in the beginning because he said that was all he needed in the beginning to fight him. But then, of course, yeah, I know, he got his sword out and he slashed him. But this is all the main stuff about the One Piece show, so we haven't got into talk about the movie yet. But before we do actually start talking about the movie, we just want to give y'all a big heads up. Spoiler alert.
Don't forget it.
Okay. Big spoiler alert here, because although this movie was released back in August in Japan, it just got its U.S. release date November 6th. Once we heard about that day, me and Joey were out there. We were out there to go see it. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people are still trying to get their chance to go see it too. So if you want, see it first, then listen to what we have to say.
That way you don't get spoiled.
Yes. But basically, a short synopsis so that everyone knows what is going on. This movie takes place basically with the Straw Hat Pirates going to see a famous songstress named Uta.
Uta.
Which actually happens to be the daughter of Red Hair Shanks. And that's all we just want to just say to you guys, because we don't want to give too many details, but all we know is that the newest character and the main focus is on this girl named Uta. And just like the name suggests, for anyone who knows Japanese, Uta stands for sing. So yes, this girl can sing.
Man, can this girl sing.
Yes.
She can sing your heart out.
Yes. Though we technically got stuck watching the English dub, and it's technically One Piece's English dub is still the only one that's technically still really good, because they still keep all the original voice actors that's been doing it since like the 90s. And they kind of stick to that. Though Uta is actually voiced by another big name person who actually started off on YouTube as well. I think I told you her name. Her name's technically Amanda Lee, but she goes by this on her YouTube page. She goes by the name Lee and Lee. It's spelled Leeandlie. Lee and Lee.
Lee and Lee.
Yes. She started off doing anime covers first in English, and then, of course, I think last year, she just released her own original content. But she also is a voice actor, too. She was the one who voiced Marin Kitagawa in My Dress Up Darling.
Okay.
I know you didn't care much for that show, but it's it's pretty cool when you find out stuff, you see people and you try to connect them all together. We don't want to get too deep into this, the plot, but we will start talking about the characters here now. Now, of course, this anime film, if I recall, from what I've heard, One Piece Red is technically a prequel to One Piece Stampede. So, I mean, I don't know if you've ever watched that one, Joe, One Piece Stampede. It's another One Piece movie. It was technically the newest One Piece movie before this one. So, I mean, did you ever see Stampede before?
I don't think I've seen Stampede yet.
Oh, well, that's a good one too. There were a lot of characters though on their ship though you still don't know, do you? Because you haven't caught up yet to it.
I haven't caught up yet.
Who was the last crew member you saw join? I think it was Frankie.
Maybe. I think so. I haven't actually went back and continued yet.
I know you saw Zoro join.
Yeah.
You saw.
Oh yeah.
I know you saw Nami join,
Yeah,
of course.
Hold on, give me a sec.
And
I got it right. I should be able to tell you what episode I'm on, right?
but if that's the case, then that means you haven't even gotten to the Thriller Bark part where they met Brooke, the skeleton.
I don't think I've actually gotten to the skeleton yet.
To how they
yet.
You mean to how they met him?
Yeah, I don't think I've actually gotten to him yet.
Well, basically, he's like Sanji, but except he's actually an open pervert.
Trying to see where I'm at, where I need to be at.
I don't know.
What app I need to go on?
Where are you?
I'm trying to figure out where my
Well, let me just also give you guys a heads.
Where I'm at.
Just give you some more information on this. Now, of course, we all know about Luffy's character and all those Straw Hats characters, so we probably won't be talking a lot about them. Well, mainly they'll be talking about the new characters, of course. Uta, of course, is going to be probably our main focus, because actually one of Joey's ladies came with us to see the show, and she said this girl was psycho. She was cute and funny and nice at first. Then she went psycho at certain points.
And I don't know what you mean by one of my ladies, okay? One of my best friends came with us. Get that right.
Friends, and she's a lady. Best lady friend. I may sound saying it kind of stupid. But that is what she said, though. And she had never seen One Piece before.
True.
Until that day. She said this girl was nuts.
True.
I mean, I understand that, yes. I mean, when we first, when the movie first started, I saw Uta's concert, I was like, this is reminding me of a Miku Hatsune concert. All three-dimensional, her in a background, and her dancing around, of course. I was like, this looks like a Miku Hatsune concert. Did they base this off Miku Hatsune? If you don't know who that is, Joe, Miku Hatsune is a Vocaloid. Basically, she actually has her own shows and everything, but she's always animated. But, I mean, what did you think of Uta yourself? Just character-wise, without giving away plot, I guess you can say.
I feel like she was kind of like given everything, and she took it for granted. Best thing I can say without giving away anything.
Well, I wouldn't say she was given everything. Yes, she was raised by pirates, and then she became a singer at one of the best places, supposedly like the singing capital.
Yeah, but I mean, if I say given everything, I mean, she wasn't like technically given everything, but I mean, the way she acts is the way that you would get the vibe of from me.
I guess you can say that because she was being selfish, thinking just because everyone's life was being ruined by pirates, she thought she could just give them something that would take all that away. I was like, you can't take anything away. You're going to take them all down with you.
Like, I don't know. She had a lot going on up in her brain.
Well, I mean, first of all, she felt betrayed at first by Shanks. Because if for you guys who didn't notice, of course, who are One Piece fans, you've noticed that in the main show, Uta was never there with the red-haired pirates because Shanks left her to become a singer.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, she feels betrayed by Shanks. And she feels betrayed by pirates, I guess you could say.
Well, technically, Uta was technically with Shanks for a little bit, and then they got to that one spot, and Shanks left her so she could become a pirate. Yep.
Well, he left her to become a singer.
A singer.
But technically, there was more to it than that for the reason why he left her, but we don't want to get into that.
Mm-hmm.
It's sometimes hard to talk to you guys without giving away the plot. because we don't want to do that for anyone who watches our show and hasn't seen the movie yet. But we always try our best here. I mean, I was really upset they didn't bring Sabo into play. I love Sabo's character. And if you don't know who that is, Joey, it's supposedly Luffy, one of Luffy's best friends from childhood. Luffy had two friends that he grew up with in childhood. One of them was his brother Ace. You know who that is, of course. And the other one is Sabo. Sabo works for Luffy's dad, for the Revolutionary Army. Because I think you know that Luffy's dad, Monkey D. Dragon, isn't a pirate. If you've probably gotten that far already, because he helped him when Smoker tried to capture him. But when Ace ends up dying in the anime, Sabo gets his power. So Sabo has the flame fruit power. He can use flames now. I think that's why you loved Ace so much too, wasn't it? Because of his power.
I mean, I like fire. What can I say?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna burn.
Yeah.
Burn.
Yes. Well, I mean, there was a lot of characters I wish they could have brought into this. But, I mean, I really like that they brought Law in there. Trafalgar, I think you haven't gotten to that part, but he's pretty badass too, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Well, when it comes to swordsmen, Trafalgar Law is definitely one of the best in the whole show. Is he stronger than Hawkeye? No, I wouldn't say that. But also his devil fruit power is pretty badass too. He's able to separate people. He's definitely a better swordsman than Smoker, I'll say that much.
Oh yeah, definitely a better swords user than Smoker.
Yes. And his devil fruit powers kind of allow him to... technically, he can cut their bodies in half.
Mm-hmm.
And he won't kill them, but he can move people's different body parts into different places. I think it's something... He calls it Melro. I think that's what he says. But I've never understood what technically he's doing. It seems like he can
I think because he don't even know what he's doing. He don't even know what he's cutting. Really, I think he just goes in stealth mode and just keeps his eyes closed and just.
Well, no, that's not technically what I'm trying to say when it comes to Trafalgar Law's power. I'm just saying, usually with the devil fruit powers, they're kind of straightforward. Luffy's able to stretch. Ace has the power of fire.
Mm-hmm.
Robin can make hands off of anything, basically.
But his is crazy because it's like...
It seems he can do so much more because technically he took someone's heart out.
Yeah.
Of their body and kept it in a special room and they were still alive. And then also he swapped souls basically of somebody. He swapped Smoker with his I guess you can call her his disciple, the girl with the glasses, Tashigi.
Yeah. I think that's her name.
Yeah, he swapped their souls. So technically Tashigi was in Smoker's body and Smoker was in Tashigi's body. So, I mean, his power is complex, I guess you can say. Usually a lot of their powers are straightforward. Even though you haven't gotten to him yet, Eustace Kid's powers is straightforward. He has magnetism. And so I know, that's pretty awesome there. Well, when it comes to Law, he's supposedly just as strong as Luffy. There's I know you haven't gotten to that part yet, but when it comes to the pirate generation that Luffy comes in, there's only two pirates that I think match to his level, and that's Trafalgar Law and Eustace Captain Kidd. So, I mean, when you get to the Dressrosa arc, though, you get to see more of Trafalgar Law, of course. I mean, I like that he got put into the movie. I mean, you got to see Beppo, of course. Beppo's kind of funny. He's a big old bear, but he's so shy. I don't even know Beppo's story. And your best friend kind of liked what happened to the Sunny.
Yeah. No, she didn't really she liked it, but it was also, was kind of upset at the same time. She liked the way it looked, but whenever she realized that it was the boat, she was like, "What?
How's that their ship?"
That's what I feel like happened there.
It was running around saying "Sunny" over and over, "Sunny, Sunny, Sunny."
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And then you got to think about something. She hasn't even watched One Piece yet, so
you just said not too long ago before we started the cast, you just started.
yeah, she just started. But before we watched the movie, she hadn't seen it.
You know, for her to catch up, it's going to take her well over a year, maybe a year and a half to catch up. Even I haven't even caught up. I just started. I'm like stopped like right when Wano Country started, and that's like still really far behind.
Let's see what she can do. How about that?
Well, I mean, if she like can jump to some of the important parts, I mean that's kind of like what I did for Naruto. I like jumped a lot of extra stuff and moved to the important stuff to like catch up with Naruto, and that's how I got caught up with Naruto. But when it came to One Piece, I just skipped all the anime only arcs and just watched the arcs that were like manga based. There's a lot of arcs in there. They're like 30, 40 episodes long that are technically not even in the manga. So I mean, if you skip those, you can probably get more of it out of the way, but still will take about a year. I mean, you know how long One Piece is. I mean, that's like trying to say, "Oh, I've never watched Pokemon, but I'm going to start watching it right now."
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how long it would take for you to catch up to Pokemon if you just started right now and you said you want to watch all of it? Very long time.
A very, very, very long time.
Yes. But then again, I know a lot of people I've grown up with who started out with Pokemon don't even want to watch it anymore. It's because they took it from what it was and kind of made it specifically straight at children.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you watched Pokemon when we grew up in the 90s, the original Kanto Indigo League,
it was so much better.
Yeah. And then you watch now, it's like, wow, these characters are so stupid. I don't even think they kind of like dulled down the girls, made them more stupid because they thought Misty was too much of a sex symbol. I was like, do you not see Misty? She's like the perfect female partner.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they bring her back in this new series, she's so stupid now and clueless.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that is not Misty. That is not the Misty that we grew up with.
Mm-mm.
No, you cannot ruin Misty.
Nope.
Misty was the thing for that show. She, along with her and Brock, that made that
Sounds like somebody's got a crush on Misty. Mm-hmm.
Well, she was technically my first waifu, probably. Hey, you probably would have had that same feeling, Joey. How would you not like a redhead with the side clip of hair, yellow shirt, booty shorts, red suspenders. I don't even know what the red suspenders were for, but and red Converse. And she wore the yellow crop top too.
Oh no.
Yeah, you're saying you don't like it. But yeah, you know that she was attractive, and she's the best. She's the best female character that's probably been on that show.
Probably on that show.
May's not going to be here. Definitely not Dawn. Definitely
not
Iris.
Why not Iris?
Please don't tell me you said that.
I'm just messing.
But I mean that that got out of control, but we're basically trying to compare what his best friend said about watching One Piece, starting One Piece now, is like comparing it to watching like Pokemon right now. So I mean, it's just kind of the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Technically taking one of the big five and like starting it like a long time after it's been released, it's going to take you forever to catch up. So I mean, that's just how I see it, at least. But I mean, let's get back onto the review because we're getting off topic. Technically, when Shanks got there, things got really really good. To fight the demon at the very end.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it got really good.
I mean, yeah, he got, and finally, I mean, although he didn't get to, it's like he didn't get to see Luffy, but he like talked to them in
Mm-hmm.
his head.
Mm-hmm. It's like it's really like they just had a connection, and their connection just they just went off of instinct, really.
Yes, and because Usopp had that same thing. Zoro got a few moments of to himself too. I think you
Mm-hmm.
saw that.
Mm-hmm.
Sanji got a moment. I liked it when Sanji first got pissed because Luffy knew Uta personally, and that was kind of funny. Sanji always gets so pissed off because all these ladies throw themselves at Luffy, and it's like he thinks that would be a dream for him to get that.
Mm-hmm.
You should have seen how pissed he was when he found out that Luffy spent
His whole life, just about.
yeah.
His whole childhood.
Yeah. But I mean, you should have seen how pissed he was when he found out that he thought Luffy spent 2 years palling around with Boa Hancock, the pirate empress.
Oh yeah.
He was like bawling, saying like, "That's so not fair. That's so not fair." Or when the mermaid princess said that she gave him a big old hug. He was like, "Luffy, you lucky bastard."
Mm-hmm.
Sanji is like I really don't know which is funnier, but it's like Sanji and Zoro like bring all the humor into the show when they're together.
I mean, Zoro is just a person that loses his thoughts, and loses his own self, which makes him funny. Okay, which is why he is the best.
You find it funny that a guy who, when you point the bathroom is that way and is standing right there, and he walks the opposite way. Funny.
Yeah, and finds a fight and whoops that fight. Yeah, yeah, that's the best. Yep. And then the best thing that you can do after that is just go right there, right then and there. After you done beat them down, go ahead and take your leak.
You can say the stairs are right here, but he's gonna go that way.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm just gonna walk through the window.
But I do remember one point is like Chopper one time said that Zoro, I'll make you some medicine to fix your brain problem. Brain problem. But here's where it gets funny. Nami said make some for Sanji too, and then Chopper said I'll try, but he may be beyond help. So I guess you could think that maybe Sanji may be stupider than Zoro in that point. I mean, it's just possibly my thought. Just based off of what Chopper's saying. I also hate that Chopper gets neglected what he's really worth. You know what his bounty is now in the current One Piece, Joe? Chopper's bounty is only worth 1,000 berries.
1,000. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Chopper's like neglected. His first ever bounty was only worth $50 berries, and that's because they think he's like the pet of the Straw Hats. They don't know he actually can do something. I find that funny. Technically, almost everyone's bounty on the Straw Hats now is almost 1 billion, except for people like maybe Nami, Chopper, and Robin. Well, maybe Robin's is at 1 billion now, or I think it's Usopp's that's not at 1 billion. Because Robin can kill, if she wanted to, she could basically strangle a whole army if she wanted to, probably. With her power. And then the best thing I liked at the very end was at the very end when Shanks had Uta's body in his arms,
Mm-hmm.
and then the Marines started coming in to try to take her from him,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when he just let all the Marines have it right there. Boom.
Yep. That's right.
Used his conqueror's hockey on them. I was like, oh shit. And everyone was like passing out, and there were some people just fighting it like crazy. I was like, Jesus, I knew Shanks was strong, but I didn't know he was this strong. I mean, you knew that too, but you didn't know he was that badass either, did you, Joe? Or wait, are you just going to say you knew he was that badass?
Nope, I didn't know he was that badass.
Yeah. He used his conqueror's hockey. Now, the main thing is, I think I saw a couple of articles where they actually wanted Uta to become canon, like add her to the red-haired pirates, but there's definitely no way they're going to make her canon. Because based off what she was doing, she definitely died at the end. For those of you who want to find out how she died, you guys just got to see the movie.
Yep, that's all on y'all. I'm not going to say nothing, just that she died. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, then again, a lot of characters in the movies do end up dying because they're not technically, because none of the movies are technically canon, but they do happen in certain parts of the show. But I mean, I think if Uta was added, she'd be in a great character. I mean, she's not a fighter really, unless she puts people to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she would have been a great addition.
I mean, they can use her they could use her to, go in front line and put everybody to sleep, and then they go in and clean up, or still.
Well, I mean, eventually, if they find out what her power is, they're gonna eventually find a way to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Get around that. And
yeah, but for the time being, it would give them a hand.
But also, if they go up against somebody stronger, like someone that's on Shanks's level, I'm pretty sure Shanks is not gonna fall victim to that, because it doesn't seem, because we saw her past, and when things happened, and when she was singing, of course, Shanks never fell asleep.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Shanks is strong-willed, and it's like he's not gonna fall asleep to something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not saying Shanks has no weaknesses at all. I'm pretty sure Shanks has some weaknesses. When I think of Shanks, I think of a guy that's like super strong, of course, like basically godlike strong. We've seen that. But to him, it's not about the money or being famous. Family is the most important thing to him.
Yep. That is all that matters.
Shanks will do anything for his crew or his family. He will put his own life on the line for them. And that's what makes him such a great character and such a great captain. I mean, I think that's why Luffy models out here, and that's why he's like Shanks. The only difference is that Luffy's just straight up stupid. But I guess when you're as strong as Luffy, you can afford to be stupid, right? I mean, that's what I think.
I mean, I reckon. I mean, you got to think about something. Zoro's stupid, but look at him.
Zoro's stupid, but he has the same qualities as Luffy. He has the qualities of a conqueror.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Look at him, but he's stupid.
Yeah, Luffy's moronic, but I mean, I think you know that Luffy's probably stronger than Zoro.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Probably.
No, wait, there is no probably. That is a definite yes. Luffy is stronger than Zoro. But I mean, Shanks ain't stupid at all. Shanks is smart. He just gets wasted too much. I think you've noticed that. Never Shanks ain't being a pirate right now. He's partying with his crew. Just having fun. What makes me wonder if maybe Shanks has someone else on his crew that could have Conqueror's hockey, possibly. It could be possible. Though, I mean, it would surprise me, though, if not only Luffy and Zoro weren't the only two with Conqueror's hockey, but possibly... Who else do you think on Luffy's crew could possibly have Conqueror's hockey, Joey? You think, other than... We know Luffy and Zoro have it. Do you think anyone else on his crew could possibly have it? I mean, to me, I think possibly only Sanji could have it.
I can see Sanji.
And as for the female crew members, definitely not Nami, but Robin, I think it's possible for her. I mean, that's just my thought. But those are the only two other members of the crew. Well, Jinbei too, of course. The fish man that you saw on his crew in the movie that you haven't met yet.
Mm-hmm.
The big man, looked like a shark. Yeah, that's Jinbei. He used to know Arlong. You saw Arlong, but he knew Arlong basically. His history with him, you'll know that later in the show. But he's the Jinbei, Sanji, and Robin are the only other Straw Hats I think could possibly be conquerors.
I can see Sanji and Robin. I don't know about the other because I really haven't seen much about him yet.
Oh, well, Jinbei used to be a warlord.
I mean, I get that, but I still haven't seen really much about him. So.
Oh, well, he's just, he's all about, I guess the best way to describe him, he's all about honor.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, he became a warlord, but for honorable reasons for his people. But when he sees things that are dishonorable and the warlords agree, that's something he's not going to agree with.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually why he got stripped of his position, because the people were going to hunt down Ace, Luffy's brother, for wrong reasons, and he said he would not take part in that. He got thrown in prison because they thought he was going to go find Ace to warn him, which probably he would have, and
it's
things
possible.
might have been different. But the Marines, although a lot of them are clueless, there are some people up there that are actually smart and think 3 steps ahead of people.
Mm-hmm.
But as we're rambling on over here about One Piece and not actually talking about the movie anymore, let's give you guys our verdicts. One Piece Red for us, definitely an AniYay.
Definitely an AniYay.
Yes, there was one thing that I wish they would have added more. I wish they would have had, although since it was called Red, I was expecting a lot more of Shanks. Not as much as I was expecting, but still really good overall.
Yeah, I was expecting more of Shanks as well. I mean,
they call it Red.
They call it Red, and really, that now that I know about Redfoot too, I mean, there's only 2 people that has Red in their name area.
Yeah.
But I doubt they were talking about Redfoot. So I kind of figured they would be having more of Shanks in there. I mean, it just makes more sense to, if you're going to name it after somebody, to put them more in it.
Well, I mean, I was mainly hoping for more background on Shanks's story, which we got that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it really don't matter what you do about that person, but if you name it after that person, then you need to put that person in it more than what they did to me.
Yeah, I guess they should have done that. I mean, we got some backstory, but the backstory was focused on more around Uta, of course, around her relationship with Shanks. I mean,
now they could have called it Red because of Uta being Shanks' daughter too.
That is true.
If you look at it that way.
Yeah, I'm looking at it that way.
And that would make sense on why they didn't have more of Shanks in it, and they had a lot of Uta in it, and it was a lot more about Uta than Shanks.
Yes. Well, we knew that from the previews that Uta was going to be a main character.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but as you heard it from both of us, we give One Piece Red an NEA, definitely a movie to go see.
Definitely.
For all you One Piece fans out there, go see this movie. Or when it comes out on DVD or whenever you can find it online, watch it. Because it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
To wrap this show up, though, we're just going to tell you guys, to keep your eyes out for any future, episodes or any other things that we may be doing. We're supposed to also be doing Ocean Waves soon for Studio Ghibli.
Ocean Waves.
But honestly, I'm not really excited about that one.
I'm not either.
But
Is it going to be bad if I tell you now that I can't even make it through the whole movie?
I wouldn't say that. I mean, I watched the whole movie.
I'm gonna try, but every time I go to watch it, I'm telling you, I get to that one spot, and I'm just like, all right, time to play my game.
This was probably only my second time ever watching Ocean Waves, and now I know why, because must have been one Studio Ghibli film that I didn't like. Again, although it had the Studio Ghibli vibe and everything else that was in there, it just wasn't
grasping our attention, and we'll get to that whenever we get to that episode.
Yeah.
That is not actually something for us to actually talk on this episode.
Yes.
But it just wasn't really grasping our attention like it should have been, basically. And we're gonna leave it at that.
Yes. But this wraps up this episode of us on One Piece Red. So until next time, I'm your host, John.
And I'm Joey.
We'll see you
on the next one.